We're going to be showing you individual video lectures before each dry lab, just so you have an idea of what the point of the lab is, what to expect in it, and what we're expecting from you from the lab. Typically, we begin our in-semester and bootcamp labs with the solubility lab and the crystallization lab. These are teaching some very good basic techniques that end up getting used in other experiments. For solubility, you are tasked with making different mixtures of chemicals, both solids and liquids, and using concepts such as acid-base chemistry and intermolecular forces to determine whether something is soluble or miscible or not soluble or immiscible. So you'll be given different mixture sets, given data, and then analyzing that data using the information that we've provided for you. So, for instance, oil and water, a very basic mixture that you can make yourself. We know that water is a hydrogen bonding material. Hydrogen bonding is a strong dipole-dipole interaction. So it's very on the very far end of the polar side of our polar-nonpolar scale. And then there is oil, a long chain hydrocarbon with a carboxylic acid at the end, but the hydrocarbon tail is much more important for its intermolecular forces, and that's dispersion. So with mostly dispersion for the oil and mostly hydrogen bonding for the water, those two things are not going to be miscible. Now remember that solubility is a range. Even though we say nonpolar and polar, there's a wide area in between where you can have what we would call maybe light polarity or medium polarity. So solvents like methylene chloride and acetone are going to be in the middle, and they can dissolve a wide variety of other solvents and other organic materials. The other side of this experiment is acid-base chemistry, so it would be a good idea to review some simple acid-base chemistry. Remember that functional groups like carboxylic acids are acidic. Their protons can be removed by bases, and the end result is water and a salt. Then we have things like amines that are basic. They can accept protons, and so if you add a strong acid to them, they can be protonated and then be soluble in water. So you want to keep these things in mind when you're looking at the variety of mixtures. Remember, since we are providing dry lab worksheets with data and then results sections, you are working mostly on analysis of these particular labs. All of the information that is provided for you should be put into your laboratory notebook, and all of your answers to questions should be put in your laboratory notebook. So that should be your chemistry quote-unquote Bible, where all of your information is being stored. Even though you're not performing these experiments, all of the information that you are writing down, gathering, and then analyzing with your answers to questions should go into your laboratory notebook. We will be checking, particularly for the first couple of labs over the first week, to make sure that you are completing these things properly. So expect a fair bit of feedback from the materials that you're going to be sending to us. So all of the experiments, remember, are going to be due the Monday after we assign them. So the beginning of the second week for these set of experiments. Make sure that you are completing them on time. Don't leave things to the last minute. Remember, if you have questions, it's better to ask them early than to ask them late.